Well, the time has finally come where I decided to go and use some of these divine cubes on my SS gear. And this is my gear right here, all 5 pieces of it. As much as I'd like to have 6 of them there, I really don't want to lose my whole lightning bolts that's coming from this judgment ring. However, I think I saw somewhere somebody saying that eventually they are going to fix it where you can go and have the SS version of it and still slot the regular S version. So not really certain if I'm going to go for the Judgment SS, but kind of had this Ursa ring here and this thing's kind of grown on me with the whole freeze. So not really sure what I'm going to be doing with this. But at any rate, I decided today to go and drop $160 on this whole deal right here behind me. This is the one where you kind of go and spend $10, get some free stuff, spend $50, get some free stuff, and then spend $100 and then you get the last final ones. Pretty much to sum it up, I spent $160 and got myself 60 of these divine cubes. And up to this point, I think I only had 2 of these things left over, so I was able to go and at least get a first row on my weapon along with a first row on my armor. And this was the point where I said, let me actually see what these things kind of do, what I'm going to get for a boost on it. And clearly I'm not going to get like a super huge boost because these are in the early levels of going and getting those rare stats. I'm going to be getting a lot of letter E's, a lot of letter D's, and probably some C's and B's. But as you can see right now, we are on level 3. We're at 32 out of 50. So the first level 1, you had to get to 10. Level 2, you had to get to 20. And now we're at, say, need to get 50 on it. And boy, oh boy, it looks like we're going to be a long ways away from going and getting this thing tomorrow because I'm not going to be dropping money on this every single time. Now it's just going to be a matter of waiting for that martial arts tournament to come around, going and grabbing 30 of these things every 2 weeks, which is going to be a pretty slow process. Unless they find a way to add more of these divine cubes into other aspects of the game, but they still seem to be kind of keeping this as a paywall to make people want to spend. But as you can see right here, I am now at 521 billion, where I was at just a touch over 500 billion. So figure about 20 to 21 billion by going and spending $160 on this stuff. Now, as far as the way that I put it into this, the first thing I was kind of under the impression is I thought it was both the first weapon and the first ring there that were going to give those attack stats on it. But the ring here actually was going to be a bunch of reduction on this. So maybe I did something wrong. I actually moved this over from the right side over to the left side. And actually, as I was doing that, I kind of thought to myself like, oh, I should probably put the plus levels on the SS ring. But when I went to go over here and downgrade it, that's where it's like, oh, you got to do the whole Divine Reforge thing first. I was like, you know what? This is a pain enough already because when I switched the 2 of them, I had to go and it unslotted all my gems for me. So not that was the end of the world. I had to click the button 10 times, but I had to go and throw all my gems back on. And I was saying, this just seems like it's way too much work right now to go and drop all this stuff off and then go and just switch these plus levels around. But the nice thing with doing all this and getting it up to level 3, as you can see, I have 3 different rows here I can put the stats on. All I had to do was just keep on rolling, and now automatically all of my actual pieces of gear that are that SS had those 3 rows on it. So that was kind of nice. For some reason, I was thinking back that I had to do each one individually, but just note that is going to be a case. So even though they are expensive, it's going to kind of make it a little bit easier, and hopefully I'll be hitting that 4th row soon. But I kind of had slim pickings on this here because I was kind of limited to how many of these things I could do, and I did want to make sure I had that 3rd row. So you can see I got some combo damage, increased damage over time. That's really nothing special, but I did get that speed plus 12. I was kind of excited to see that. For the armor one, dagger damage reduction, combo damage reduction, damage reduction. Really, the combo and the regular damage reduction, those are the big ones I like to see on that. And then for the ring here, nothing too crazy. Once again, basic attack damage reduction. I did do a couple of different loadouts on it, and honestly, I was just kind of clicking on the one that was making my CP the highest, but there wasn't anything like, oh my god, I landed it. I mean, maybe if I go back to the weapon here, I did get an actual A stat on this one here, so that was kind of a nice surprise to see. Given it is combo damage, maybe I should start building around that, but not sure if it's going to make a big difference for me. But the last 2 were going to be the accessories on it here, and I didn't really get a lot of chances to go and pump into those because that's what I was kind of running a little bit thin. I at least wanted to get something pretty strong on the attack side on it. But once again, just a lot of basic attack damage reduction and combo damage reduction to kind of work against those Helos players. So $160 spent on this just to get an extra 20 billion. And I do have some stats. And surprisingly, going into the guild war today, I was able to beat somebody that wasn't really far off my power level. Usually I suck on that. So I think this actually did kind of pay off for me in the long run. So if you're in one of these situations when you're kind of trying to decide, hey, am I going to go and start punching into these psychic or psionics, whatever you want to call them there, I would say make sure you get all of your categories slotted for having those SS ones like I did here. If you want to go for 6, go for 6, but I would try to get that out of the way first before start pumping into these things. That's just how I would do it personally, but I guess you do you how you want to. But at any rate, we do have that new brand inside here. If you want to know how good that is, then maybe you should go and take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.